Hi there, welcome to Monetize Your Business podcast conversations in partnership with FNB. Every single week, we partner up with an amazing entrepreneur whom we invite to come and tell us a little bit more about their business. And of course, this week is no different. We've got Ntswaki from Manana, which is an amazing business. I remember seeing her at the Monetize Your Business workshop in Soweto, and you're going to see her products are out of this world, all handmade. So I'm very, very excited about that. But of course, I'm not flying this plane on my own. I've got my trusted co-pilot with me, Papa Biz. Hi.
Hi, how's it?
Good.
Good. I'm glad that we can be able to have this conversation. I remember you actually at the Soweto Monetize Your Business workshop where you finished runner-up. I discussed with the judges afterwards. It was very, very close. Very close. So it's unfortunate, but there had to be one winner.
Yes.
But now at least we get to also discuss with you and learn more about your business.
Great.
Welcome to this conversation.
I'm happy to be here and
Welcome.
thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Thank
I know you've got some beautiful stuff to
Yes.
showcase for us today, but really before we get into that, I think it's always nice for people to get to know a little bit more about the actual entrepreneur behind the business. Ntswaki, just tell us a little bit about where you grew up and a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, my name is Ntswaki Bogopane from Kagiso. It's in Krugersdorp, right? And then my business is Mantswakana. So Mantswakana, my grandmother from my father's side used to call me Mantswakana, class esa tubegeng, translated to an unbroken glass.
Yes.
So when I was growing up, I didn't understand. Like I was like, wow, if you drop a glass, it will definitely break. But she's saying, I'm a glass that doesn't break. It means fragile yet strong. So now when you grow up and you meet life challenges, then now you understand. I think she was just preparing me for the future to say that in life, there are going to be tough things. You just need to be tough. So that's what pushes me. And then when I came for me to register my business, I was like, wow, what's the perfect way of honoring her? So that's why I registered it as Mantswakana.
Okay.
So this passion of mine, it started as a side hustle.
Okay.
So I was working and I was like, now I need to find another form of income.
Oh,
So
wow.
I would go to China Mall to stock and resell. But some of the things I just saw that how I can make these things, right? So I started buying beads and started being creative at home, and I would wear my stuff. So I always wear my earrings. And
Very
people
good.
were like, where did you buy that from? I was like, no, you can order, then I'll deliver. So that's how it happened. Then COVID came. Oh,
Hey, COVID.
COVID
Hey,
was
as for that
tough.
COVID.
yeah.
Very
So
tough.
COVID came. I was affected because I was working at Liberty as a paraplanner for the financial advisors.
Yes.
So when COVID happened, the first thing that people cancelled were life covers,
Life covers,
investments.
the policies.
So we got a knock, and I lost my job.
Oh my
Then I had to
goodness.
pull myself back to myself, and I was like, okay, Ntswaki, what is it that you have?
Yes.
And now I had this.
And I wanted to check, even with these, what was it like for you growing up in Kagiso? Did you have siblings? Who did you grow up with?
I saw my life. Okay, from my mom's side, it was 3 kids. From my father's side, it was 4 boys and a girl.
Okay.
So hence Ntswaki. Ntswaki means I added flavor. The only flower amongst the thorns. So I grew up, but I didn't grow up with my brothers. That's why I think I'm still so sweet. You know, when you grow up with boys, I was going to be a tomboy. Yeah, so growing up in Kagiso is a very lovely place. It's a very nice township, very peaceful, like its name Kagiso. And it was nice. And yeah, it was nice. And there are opportunities, but you have to, an opportunity for you to spot an opportunity, you have to dig
Yes,
deeper.
you
But
do.
yeah, there are opportunities. Yeah.
Yes, fantastic.
What type of child do you think you were in school?
I'm a very quiet child.
Okay.
Growing up, I was quiet. It is now growing up that I'm able to be vocal. Because I remember even growing up, one of my cousins was my spokesperson. So I would, even if you hurt me, I would keep it inside, but she'll be that advocate to say, no, that's not right.
Okay.
And I remember lastly, we were we were arguing. So we were arguing. It's like, you know what? I missed that Ntswaki that was quiet. This one is too quiet. So yeah, I grew up as being a very quiet person.
Okay, no, that is fantastic. And growing up, did you see a lot of entrepreneurs? Were there entrepreneurs within your family or around you?
You know, growing up, I grew up with my cousin, right? So we had a popcorn machine.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah, so we were selling popcorns.
Oh.
And we're the only, maybe one or two, it was the only two people in the whole of Kagiso selling popcorns. So that's where the entrepreneur came. So because we knew after school, we have to sell popcorns. Weekend, you wake up early, you clean, everything must be clean, we'll sell popcorn. Even going up, they used to call us salt and vinegar. By the spice. So we say in the street, I'm like, hey, salt and vinegar. So yeah, that's where the passion came from.
Oh, no, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So you've always actually had that entrepreneurial spirit
Yes,
within yourself.
yes.
And then how did you discover that you could make these beautiful creations?
Like I was saying, you know, when you buy something and like you look at the price and now you're like, okay, I bought this for 20 rand. Now I have to add my markup. So it means I have to sell it for 30 or 40. And then you look at this thing and say, I can make this. Then you buy them in bulk. Then you make them, at least the price now comes down. Because, you know, when I'm from Ekasi, so if they're in Kasi, they'll cry. Even my prices, I've got prices that I sell in Kagiso, and when I go out, I add a markup again.
Yes.
How did you discover the need for that difference in pricing? Because for some people, even when we talk to them, they're not able to pick up on these strategies.
Pricing, it's very tricky. I'm still battling with it. But you know, you'll price maybe this, let me say this. This I'll be in Kagiso and then I'll say, okay, 40 rand. They'll be crying.
Really?
They won't buy. So now you have to say and say, okay, some will, so I'll ask my friends, close people, say, okay, how much are you willing to pay for this? Then I'll just do that survey. So these ones, when I don't know if I should say this. When I'm there in Kagiso, I'll sell it for 40 rand, for 20 rand. But then when I go out to markets, but remember also now, when you go to markets, you still have to add that markup. Because
Yes.
you pay the store fee, there's transport,
Yeah,
Transport.
there's
there's
more
food.
investment.
yes.
Yeah.
So you just have to add all that and
Yes.
then add that markup. But
Yes.
and then some markets, when they understand the market, people are not. Some people are willing to buy.
Yes.
Even if you can say 50 rand, because they appreciate that you sat down and then you pour out your heart into
Yes.
this. It was not just cut and paste. But somebody who doesn't understand art, they'll complain.
Yes.
So I learned to say that, okay, you know what? I have my target market. Not everybody's gonna be my target market. There's this other lady, she was asking me, I was posting some things and she was asking me, and I said 80 rand. She said, wow, 80 rand. Then I said to her, then it means you are not my target market. My
Wow.
competition is Lovisa. If you've never been to Lovisa, then I understand it's
exactly.
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
And I
yeah.
wanted to check with you as well. Was it, for some people, you know, it's difficult for them when they're starting off with something new to be able to get themselves, you know, out there. You've mentioned about doing markets and things like that. What process did you go through that you were able to start in markets? How have you found the markets? Do you sometimes end up going back to that original Ntswaki where you're just quiet and you want to just hide and you don't go out anywhere?
Yeah, okay. So I was at home doing this and I would post on my socials, right? So some people are on socials, but some will just like, so then now there's events happening around, right? Then I saw some people will be like, there's a stall. Then I'll call, the first time I called and inquired, they're like, no, we've got a stall. I went there. But the mistake that a lot of us, I think black people, they are not yet aware of the market. Because now when you go to an establishment where they sell alcohol, the first priority there is alcohol and food. Buying anything else if there's change. So I would go to, and some you'll get demoralized because you'll pay store for 300 and say, okay, no, this establishment, I know there's people, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of foot traffic. Yeah, you'll be there sitting there by your table. They'll be passing.
Yo.
Some will be there like, oh, no, it's nice. Yeah, I love it. Some will even make you excited. They'll even feed. Like, you know what? This is my style. I love it. And like, okay, at least one sale. Then like, no, next time.
Next time.
Sure, and that's disappointing. Hey?
That's
Next
very
time, people.
disappointing.
Yeah.
So that's when also they think to start market, because one of the things that I do, I host art and craft markets.
Okay.
That's what it
Okay.
started. So I came back to myself and said, okay, there are probably a lot of people like me because Also, I remember there was this other market that I attended. It was a gin festival.
Okay.
So I take risk now. So even if I like no one, my target market will be there. Even if on that day they don't buy, I'll give them the contact details. They'll
Yes.
definitely call back.
Yes.
So when I was there was this day. It's like, yo, where are you from? I said, here in Kagiso. Like, here in Kagiso. You know, I travel from Kagiso to Magaliesberg, and it's quite a journey
Sure.
to go and buy this type of earrings. I was like, no, I'm here. So I realized that, you know what, there are a lot of people like me in Kagiso. They make these things, but they don't know where to sell. There's no platform for them to sell. So that's when the art and craft market came about.
Okay.
It's still a long journey. It's still there, but yeah, we'll get there one day.
Oh, wow,
So,
that's
yeah.
lovely.
So people, at least now, they are coming out. People are discovering their skill. I remember now, yesterday also we had an African market, right? And then there was this lady I met, I think 2 years back. She was like, you know what? I do crochet, but I don't know where to start. I was like, you know what? Buy the rules, start where you are, and then at least there's this kind of platforms. You come and sell. Yesterday she was there displaying her stuff. Such a talent.
Really?
You're such a talent. And I said to her, you know what? I'm so proud of you.
Oh, wow.
Keep on going. Every time I go to markets, we'll even share a stall. If you don't have money for a stall, we can share a stall. We share an Uber. We go there.
Wow. Wow.
So
wow.
yeah.
I love that, and it speaks to the power of collaboration as well. Sharing a stall, sharing the transportation, sharing ideas, encouraging each other. Tell me about why collaboration is so important in business, and maybe how you've seen it in your own business.
Okay, so there's a phrase that say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Sure.
So I live by that to say that I can do it on my own. But now if we collaborate, it's going to be great. It's going to be
Exactly.
big.
Yes.
There are guys also, when I started market, okay, this coming Saturday, it will be my market that I'm doing like single-handed.
Wow.
So the other market that I've done collaboration. So these guys that I met, they're also artists. The company's hands that work the cradle. They also have a craft shop there by Marobeng. Whereby it's an umbrella for artists. Whatever you do, you bring it. They sell on your behalf. They just add the markup. Then they give you money. They're doing a great job. And I've realized that collaboration, I can miss something that you can see.
Yes.
I cannot know everything.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Even yesterday, there was a guy who was like, yo, your things are beautiful. Who does your marketing? I was like, that's what I need.
Yes.
I need marketing because now I'm here. I just take pictures, then post. But you guys, because you've studied it, you know it is your talent. You'll know to say that, this thing, you don't put it like this, you put it like that. Not just put and take a picture. So yeah, so collaboration works.
Yes, 100%.
win.
And you know, on the entrepreneurial journey, gosh, it's a lot of highs, it's a lot of lows. The highs are high, but the lows can be very low. Can you share with us maybe some of the challenges that you encountered, maybe in the beginning of your business, and kind of the lessons that you got from that?
Sure, okay, let's start with this one. My business, I've realized that it's seasonal.
Okay.
Okay.
Which at first I just thought an earring is an earring. We wear earrings every day.
Yeah.
But I've realized that summer, spring, they buy it. Come winter, the business goes down.
Goes down, eh?
So now I have to think to say, okay, come winter, what is it that I can do?
Yes.
So that I don't, because I cannot just sit and say, I'll wait for some.
Yes.
There's something that I need to do. So now come winter, I sell winter stuff.
Okay.
I collaborate with the earrings. Maybe it will be a beanie and earrings.
Okay.
At least my business is surviving, and at least I'm learning something.
Yes,
Because I'm
yes.
looking into branching into clothing. So I was like, okay, let me use that.
Yes.
That's a good angle, actually.
Yeah.
And I like the way that you've looked at the challenge and said, okay, how do I turn it into a solution?
Hetty, I've got a lot of kids. So now, every morning when I wake up, I need to think of them. And now I'm not only thinking of myself, I'm also thinking of them to say that if I don't wake up and make a plan, then what are these kids going to say? So my older son, he's 18 now.
Sure.
And I like to bounce ideas with him because, you know, these two Ks, at least they are brilliant.
Yes.
So most of the time he'll come back and say, Mama, why are you always thinking? You're always thinking. Okay? That's what I need to do. And also if I don't think, I won't explore my mind. So I need to think. And also, like I'm saying, the first year it hit me. Came
Yes.
winter, it hit me.
Yes.
Second year, it hit me. Then I was like, no, I cannot go through this again next winter. What is it that I can do?
Exactly.
So if I'm just now going to sit there and say, okay, no, come winter, I'll just fold my arms and I'll wait for
That's
summer.
tough. I know
you
That's
can't.
tough. Come summer now, I'm on minus.
Yes.
You
Because
see
you're
now.
trying
It's
to
a big
catch
problem.
up.
It's a big problem. It's a big, because when you start a business, you are looking into growing, not just surviving. Because now we are on the surviving mode. How do we grow?
Yes. Yes. 100%.
As you're looking to grow, and I'm just trying to think about it even for others, how do you go about marketing yourself?
Actually, marketing, it's still it's still risky for me. So marketing, I'll do those art and craft markets. At least it gets the word out there. And then what I do, I think it's there. What I do, I don't do business cards. I do bookmarks. Because business cards, I also throw them away.
Of course.
We all throw them away. But with a bookmark, and always when I give my customers, like, if I see this on the streets, this is worth money. This is not a business card. This is a lot. It's a bookmark. So that's what I use with my customers, especially those who love reading.
Yes.
So every time when they use it, they'll think of me.
Yes.
Like Katie was saying when I came, it's like,
Yes.
yo, when she was looking at my, it's like, yo, my friend loved this. So if you are going to a wedding or there's a wedding coming or you need to give someone, when you are reading and then you see my bookmark,
Yes.
you remember, oh, Ntswaki, let me call her.
Yes.
That's nice, and then
very
also
creative.
it's almost like the person receiving, they're seeing that, but this person is actually serious because they've invested something here. Because the cost here, I'm thinking in my mind, will be more than a normal business card.
Yes.
And I think I'll actually value this thing instead of just throwing it away
Thank
into
you.
oblivion. That's very good, actually.
Then I use WhatsApp.
Okay, you use WhatsApp as
Instagram.
well.
Yeah, I use WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. But as I'm saying, though, that is not my strong point. So I've realized that I need someone who can do that for me, so that my business can go. Online store, you were teaching us about that the last time. So if you've got somebody at least running that, and then they're an expert on that, definitely revenue will grow.
Definitely. 100%.
Then I can concentrate on what I'm good at.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. You attended the Soweto Monetize Your Business. How was that experience for you? You pitched your business. You were the runner-up, so you did extremely well. How was that entire experience for you?
Sure, it was nerve-wracking, honestly, because okay, what happens that I missed the Kagiso one, right? Then when I saw the Soweto one, I said to my friend, register, let's go. She's got a spa. I think she delayed registering, but she went with me. She's like, you know what, my friend, I'm gonna support you. We went there, we came. Yeah, but it was a nice experience. It was beautiful. We also made connections.
Very good.
Then came the pitching part. Yeah.
It's tough, eh?
It's tough. It's nerve-wracking, but you did so well.
Thank you. Like, yeah, well, you know, when I got off stage, people were saying like, yo, that's beautiful. That's awesome. We think you're going to win it. I was like, guys, I was panicking. But yeah, that was a nice experience. It was my first time pitching,
Wow.
but it gave me courage to say that, you know what, go out there. Go out there.
Yes.
I'm looking for the other opportunities. I'm just going to go take them.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. That is so, so good. Now, can you tell us a little bit about what you have with us today? You've got your various earrings. Maybe you can show us and maybe tell us the inspiration behind some of them, or even some of the materials that you've
Okay,
used
yeah.
to make them.
Okay, let's start with this one. It's also like a collaboration. So these are made them with this type of material. So this type of material, there are those guys that do, what do you call it? With those ones that fix sofas.
Yes,
upholstery.
reupholstery,
Yes.
yes.
So I've got a connection with them. I've made a partnership with them. Say, guys,
nice.
you're off cards. Can I please have it? I'll give you some cold drink money.
Yes.
And then so at first I used to use a cloth. So when I
Yes.
saw this, I like, but even this one can work.
Very
It's
nice.
quite nice and pretty. I like the colors.
Yes,
Yeah, nice and
yes.
pretty, Barbie girlish.
Yes.
So these ones is made by buttons.
Okay.
This is your typical pegs. So now I love long things.
Yes.
So
very,
I,
very
I
nice.
sew it. I use it as a like this, where it's like this. But yeah, with a chain, I think I'm addicted to
That's
Then
very
this
nice.
is I use the measuring tape. So people saying that when I we measure with it, and then when I use so like it
I've
can
got
do
a
it.
friend who would love this.
Yeah,
This is
so-
her type of style.
Okay.
So even this one, I'll also use the measuring tape. It comes like this. I didn't have it.
Okay.
Then I've got beads. So these beads, I like to be different. I don't like
Yes.
to be like other people.
Yes.
So there's an original bead earrings.
Yes.
So I was like, I make them if I've got an order. But I looked at the button and I was like, this is a nice combination.
Yes,
it works
it is a
nicely.
lovely
I remember
combination.
there's this client of mine who bought them, but they were long. And she was like, you know what, Ntswaki, she went to a Mozambican trip. She's like, you know what? There's 5 of us were wearing these earrings, but all of them came back to us like, yours is different. Yours is
Wow.
I was like, that is my thing. I want you
Yes.
guys to be different when you get out there. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
We are
that's
looking to make
amazing.
different. So I didn't have Nkomati. So these ones, it's made by Lucky Star. You see that wrapper by Lucky
Yes.
Star? I use that. Then I use a leather so that it lasts long. I also
Yes.
use the Nkomasi box. So it's part of recycling.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So, yeah.
which is wonderful. I love that element about what you do as
Yes.
well. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
So I'll have also the key holders. So my key holders, I try to have something that will affirm you. So when you are there, maybe you are down. So you are just reminded you are beautiful, you are created, you are chosen, you are always loved, you are capable, you are strong. So they give you some hope. Because
Nice,
Yes.
nice affirmations.
nice affirmation. Some days can be tough. Some days can be tough. So at least we've got some kind of motivation
Yes.
to pull you through. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
No, cool, man. And I'm just thinking, as we're looking to wrap up, and you're talking about how some days can be tough, etc. What type of advice could you give for other entrepreneurs who are in the game or aspiring entrepreneurs when you're looking, even in terms of your journey? What type of words would you like to give to them?
Okay, so last year I joined a pageant, Queens with Purpose, right? So when they were giving us the sesh, they said one powerful thing that I took, like know your why. If you know your why, that will be that thing that will keep you going, even when it's tough, even when there's no clients, because you know your why you started your business, where do you want to see your business, that will push you.
Wow.
That on its own is a motivation. So that's what I took. Know your why. It will make you wake up in the morning.
Yes, yes, sure.
Yeah.
That is such a powerful,
is.
very, very powerful, and I think that's definitely going to inspire our audience as well. This has been such a great conversation. It really has. Papa Biz, have you had some nuggets or takeaways that you can share with us from this conversation?
One of the things that I've actually just taken back, just in terms of your journey and your story, just the power of perseverance,
Yes.
the power of collaboration, and also just getting outside of your comfort zone.
True.
One very easy can say, no, this is how I am, so I'm only going to be like that. But when you're in business, you actually need to get out there and so on. And I like how you saw a challenge in relation to I'm going to a market and so on. Now everybody hears about alcohol and things. And it's something that we've seen as well, where sometimes you're there and it's actually just highway traffic.
Yeah.
It's just traffic going up and down, and they're not interested in what you have there. But then now you go and create the market.
Yes.
You go and create the market, get others in your similar type of circumstance and say, let's come together. Now when people come here, they're very much interested
True.
in
yes.
what we are doing here. It might be less people that come in here, but it's better for 500 people to come here that are interested in what we do than there's 20,000 people going up and down, and then they'll just look and say, oh, shame, next time.
True. True.
So I really like that approach that you did. There's many people who can take lessons from that if they want to, because I've seen with you take action. So I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Ntswaki, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, I mean, you're such a great entrepreneur, or maybe they want to purchase some of your products as well, how do they go about doing that?
Okay, so I use my number 064 088 0917. It's also linked to the WhatsApp.
Lovely.
On Facebook, I'm Ntswaki Bogopane. TikTok and Instagram is Ntswaki Bogopane.
Okay,
Wonderful.
fantastic, lovely. It's been so great chatting with you. I think I'm just so inspired, and I really love what you spoke about in terms of understanding the seasons of your business.
Yes.
So in the warm months, yes, you know that you're selling well, but don't forget winter is coming. And how do you prepare for winter so that the business doesn't go down? So that was a big takeaway that I took from you today. Thank you so much, Ntswaki.
Thank you for having me.
Monetizers, that brings us to the end of this podcast conversation. Please share with us within the comment section what stood out for you the most from what Ntswaki shared with us today. It's been such a great conversation. Make sure that you plug in to our social media platforms at Monetize Your Business, plug into our physical workshops as well, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future episodes. Until the next one,
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
bye-bye.